What's up guys, welcome back to Let's Play the Minerva's Den. So last time I was careless and clearly did not bring nearly enough health packs in this area because I'm out. I'm completely out and that almost never happens. So we are just going to play it off cool like we didn't horribly screw up, even though we probably did. This area is where we're actually going to find what we're here to get, but it's a little bit more complicated than it seems, and there's a lot of things in the area, things that do stuff, mainly turrets. And a couple guys with sentry bots, which seems to be the norm in the Minerva's Den. Luckily, I had the telekinesis ready for that guy. We get some trap rivets here, which I don't think we've picked up yet in the Minerva's Den. But, like I said, if you're doing gathers, then that's pretty much what they're good for. But I'm not going to be showing any gathers on screen in this, like I said in the previous video. So we break open this grate here, and we find something horribly disturbing. The hell is that? It's a... Okay, I'm not even going to explain what it is. I think the audio diary is going to do... The audio diary we're about to pick up is going to do a great job of explaining what it is. Even the title explains what it is.
Robotic little sisters. Robotic little sisters. Sure, Mr. Ryan, we'll take that contract. Sure, yeah, we'll front all the R&D costs, no problem. And when the big daddies ignore the little robot girls and all your fancy field tests, hell, what are we gonna do with all the full production run of these useless things?
Yeah, that's pretty much true with the entire Bioshock universe. It's just like, let's make something incredibly stupid that has no purpose just to prove that we can make it. Not because it's cheap or practical or, like I said, serves any kind of purpose, but just because they can... I mean, making the Little Sisters in general was completely apeshit and bonkers. And then making a robotic version so you're not actually expending, you know, little girls or whatever, and you're trying to... it's just... It's so stupid. Anyway, so if I get the blue bonus on this... health station here, I should get a health pack. Get out of my way, Kenneth. And then if I break it, I'll get another one. So we're back in good shape for the most part here. Another audio diary up here. Then we gotta flip that switch.
Pearl's death opened up a kind of hole in my mind. But eventually, I got around to reflecting on Alan and his intelligence test for machines. I remember grinning about the idea that I could beat it. Design a machine capable of replicating Turing himself. And wouldn't that show the old man? But then suddenly I realized I wasn't really thinking about replicating Alan at all. I was thinking about Pearl.
A lot of audio diaries here. I just had to move those hooks out of the way, and then I rocket jumped that spider splicer out of the way.
Now. Standardized intelligence test scores continue to rise. Beginning daily voice synthesis test. Good morning, Thinker. How are you?
Acceptable. Request to continue most recent conversation topic. Pearl Porter.
Oh, my late wife. Yes, I'd love to tell you all about her. I have a number of old audio recordings we made together that you could listen to, if you'd like.
Acceptable. Begin input of data regarding Pearl Porter.
You took the words right out of my mouth, friend.
Wow, even at this point in the game, you really do empathize with his character. Anyway, we finally get to see, what do you call it, Electrobolt here. And, just like I said, I don't know why they give us such a big runaround to get this stupid thing. We have to go through an entire level to get it, which is not, or like half a level. It's a section of a level, really. It's not quite as bad as in Bioshock Infinite, though, with the equivalent of the Electrobolt in that game. But we'll be getting to that soon enough. There's another Lancer down there, and now that we have the Electrobolt, taking him on is going to be a lot easier. I have these rockets from the Spirit Gun, and also have the rockets from Kenneth over there, who just got annihilated, I think. And he can't really do a whole lot to me from down there, so that's pretty good. right away, I want to upgrade these plasmids and get a really good setup going as early as possible in this DLC. So I want to get the upgraded Electrical and start just wreaking all kinds of havoc as soon as possible. That turret should be enough to finish him off. He doesn't have much health left. There we go. Check that out. In other games, it's called being a coward. In Bioshock, it's called being creative and resourceful and intelligent, damn it. Alright. So now that we've kidnapped another innocent child, it's time to do 2 more off-screen gatherers, and you guys will remain blissfully ignorant of what I'm actually doing during those gathers. We're gonna max out on health gets there so that horrible atrocity from the beginning of the video doesn't happen again. I realize I still have the thermal cell equipped, but I still have quite a bit of ammo for it, so that's okay. Yeah, like I was saying, the audio diaries around here, you really do empathize with Mr. Porter's character, even at this point. Like, he really does make a lot of sense, and he's definitely gone through some shit. So, there, I go back and get that extra turret there and some more money. I don't want to let things that are lying around, good things in there lying around the environment, go to waste if I know I'm not going to come back to that area to get them later.
How does it feel to know that your grand purpose is foretold by a machine? The numbers know already what will happen. As I tell you this, will it affect the outcome? I am not so much holding my breath.
Alright, we're ready to get out of this part of the level if I can remember the way back. I think I'm backtracking into here again. Oh, here's another gather we can do. So, off screen that. And we're back.
Daddy's home. I've been good.
There was a fiery brute splicer that attacked me during that encounter. An Electrobolt actually helped quite a bit against him. Like I think I said before, if some of you guys, this is the first time you're seeing the Minerva's Den, you've never played it before, then definitely just pick up the Ultimate Rapture Edition and just get all the DLC for Bioshock 2. Oh, come on, that should have hit. Yeah, now we have the old 1-2 punch back, so we can deal a lot more damage with that first hit when these guys are stunned.
Surprise! Surprise!
I think at this point they became aware of just how good that is. Like, it's not overpowered, but it's actually good. To the point where... Oh, I made a mistake in the previous video when I said I corrected it, but I made a mistake when I said that statue there is of the Thinker. It is of the Thinker, of that famous statue. I don't know where that statue comes from, but I was talking about the book Atlas Shrugged, which was the inspiration for a lot of Bioshock 1's story. But I looked at the cover of the book again, and that is actually not the Thinker that's on the cover. It's of Atlas, which is the statue that's holding up the globe or whatever, the giant sphere. But he's posed differently. He's got his hands over his shoulders and everything, and that's why I confused the two. But then I looked at it again. I was like, hang on, I totally misspoke in the previous video.
Nobody hurt my daddy. Marshmallow.
Yeah, what do you call it? Laser cell is pretty good. Yeah, that glitch thing where we're gliding across the ground and not actually doing the view bobbing thing is still present in the Minerva's Den. Now we picked up another, we picked up an upgraded ion laser this time that has a I can't remember which upgrade this is. I think it just deals more damage. But there's like I said, there's no power to the people stations in Minerva's Den. So every time we just kind of find upgraded versions of each weapons lying around, when we pick them up, we automatically get that upgrade. And I kind of like that because then it's up to then the game determines when it will allow you to get a certain upgrade by leaving it at a fixed point, which means you can't get an upgrade too early and break the game or something like that. But again, the reason why you had the choice was because that's just what type of game this is. I mean, it's Bioshock. It's kind of like an RPG in some ways. So you had the choice of what upgrades you wanted to get in which order. So you know, it was more versatile to the player choice and everything. But in this, it's like we take away that player choice and we're just going to give you the upgrades exactly when we think you're ready for them, which I think in this campaign works just because it's so much shorter. If you had power to people stations, there wouldn't be... The campaign is just not long enough in the Minerva's Den because it's a DLC campaign for you to be able to make any kind of long-term choices like that. That's kind of like with the... what do they call it with Deus Ex 3? The Missing Link. With that one, they gave you like 8 praxis kits all at once. So you can pretty much plan your long-term character development right there at one spot. And you're not really going to get many other upgrades from that point onwards. You pretty much set up your character however you want on that one instance. And that's what you get.
Sure, you hear it in Rapture. One of the business types asked me, why don't you splice white? Get ahead. Well, that's some idiocy. I told him, first of all, I am ahead. Second, in Rapture, it's your work that's supposed to matter, not your skin. Too bad for some folks who can't splice in common sense.
Daddy!
You know what time it is. Yeah, we're pretty much drunk on Adam at this point, so we can pretty much afford all the upgrades I want to be able to afford next time we come back to a Gather's Garden machine. So right here, it's pretty obvious what we have to do. There's a hole in the floor here. We can go underneath of it and shoot a hack dart up at the control panel that way. Otherwise, there'd be no way to get in that door. Looks like film reels sitting there on the wall. They're falling off the shelf from the chaos here. The physics in this game can be nice, but I've always thought the physics in the Bioshock series were kind of... It was a little bit too inconsistent, a little bit too chaotic. The physics didn't really... Things didn't really collide with the environment all that well.
Subject.
It still feels like a very physicsy game, more so than Deus Ex did. I like that kind of physicsy feel where, you know, you have a very profound jump, and you know, you have the enemies collide with the environment in a very profound way. Objects move around, you touch them, that kind of thing.
Whom I love very much, and I am so looking forward to seeing London.
That wasn't so hard, now was it? Won't you be glad that we have these to listen to when we're old and gray?
Here we go, let's see what we can get. I do not need another plasmid slot like last time. I still have one available slot left. Or 2, actually. Let's get the Winter Blast. And I should probably, like I said, upgrade to the Electrobolt 2. Because I can afford it. Telekinesis 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Yeah, we're setting ourselves up pretty good here. Winter Blast, like I said, in the normal Bioshock 2 campaign is really, really good. If I didn't, for those of you who didn't watch the main Bioshock 2 Let's Play, or the Bioshock 1 Let's Play, I basically said there's really no need to ever have the Winter Blast in Bioshock 1, only because, oh, here's a demonstration of the burst cell. That's the third ammo type for the ion laser. And it's basically like the charge beam. So we're going to be using that whenever we feel like it, basically. It's pretty powerful. There's our final upgrade up there, that plasma up there. That's what we're here to get. We gotta work our way over there. There's some dangerous enemies down there in that lower level, so I kind of want to avoid them for now and not get too wrapped up in that. There's some more another burst cell there. But yeah, there's no reason to ever have the Winter Blast in Bioshock 1 because you have the liquid nitrogen on the chemical thrower, and that would instantly freeze an enemy when it touches it, especially if it's upgraded. So you had plenty of ammo for it. You never really ran out of ammo at all.
And these pencil necks ain't conducting themselves
And it didn't cost any Eve. In the second game, you don't have that, so you kind of have to use the Winter Blast, and it does have some more strategic value with its upgraded
That's
forms.
just the way it is.
And the same thing
These
goes for
pinkos
this.
think the bandits are just gonna play nice? Send their plans to the Central Council with a bow on top? When it comes to Mr. Ryan, you're either with him or you ain't.